Today at the heat coming his way for accepting an extraordinary gift from Qatar's royal family, a $400 million plane that will serve as the new Air Force One.
I could be a stupid person and say, oh, no, we don't want a free plane.
He lashed out at reporters who questioned the Qataris' motives.
Let me tell you, you should be embarrassed asking that question. They're giving us a free jet.
The plane is a 13-year-old Boeing 747A, and looking inside, you can see why it's known as the Flying Palace. Plush carpets, sleek leather furniture. Trump got a personal tour in February and was clearly smitten. Bernie Sanders is calling the deal farcically corrupt and blatantly unconstitutional. Far-right Trump ally Laura Loomer says, I would take a bullet for him, but this is really going to be such a stain on the administration. I'm so disappointed.
Unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism at a very high level. And in the wake of that conference, nations came together and spoke to me about confronting Qatar over its behavior. So we had a decision to make. Do we take the easy road, or do we finally take a hard but necessary action? We have to stop the funding of terrorism. I decided, along with Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, our great generals and military people, the time had come to call on Qatar to end its funding. They have to end that funding.
What is up, y'all? I know I have not been posting as much, but life has been lifing, so forgive me. You also may hear my fan in the background, but I'm not turning off my fan, especially not for 200 people to watch this video should I make it public. So I ain't doing all that. But the reason why I came on today is, one, to talk about the state of masculinity and how this relates to you as a Black woman. The precedent that Trump is setting is extremely dangerous. And I try to explain this to women who, most people are mentally and emotionally blocked off from seeing the bigger picture of things. What they focus on is they have a very tunnel vision in terms of what is happening in our world, because they feel like it doesn't affect them. But I honestly believe that a lot of men at this point are operating from almost a collective hive mind. I know that sounds crazy, but if you look on my back catalog of the different things that I've discussed, a lot of this stuff, it all boils down to these things. When you look at Trump's behavior, what do you see? What do you see? A man that has all the sensibilities and the inclinations of a prostitute. If you give him money, all of a sudden he has amnesia about your prior transgressions. If you give him money, all of a sudden you're an ally instead of an enemy. His cabinet members have to sit around and praise him. I've never seen so much ass kissing in all of my days. Nobody has ever had to sit around and kiss the ass of a president the way that his cabinet does. The way that they defend him, the way that they deflect, the way that they gaslight the American public. Something that like I've never seen before. And of course, we understand that this is a dictatorship and a plutocracy, and we can talk political all day long. But what I want to do is I want to focus in on, this is the man that represents what people felt was strong. What people felt could help them get out of the situation that they were in. They did not give a damn. Okay? They did not give a damn about what he did that would affect other people, such as layoffs, federal workers losing jobs, USAID being gutted, Social Security being messed with, Medicaid, Medicare being messed with, the CFPB pretty much being gutted. People losing their jobs, man. Ain't shit funny about that. Right? They did not care as long as the price of eggs went down and they got gas for $1.98, which we still have yet to see. But this is according to Trump's truth, or what I would like to call lie, social posts, and all of his wild assertions of prices drastically dropping in the media. It's almost as if he might have a cognitive disorder. Anyway, The point is that he's a hypocrite. He requires blind loyalty. And if you do not give him those things, he will lash out on you. He will demean you. He will drag you. He will punish you.
Have a thought of your own? Do you have a belief of your own? Or is everything literally just whatever Donald Trump tells you it should be?
This is seen as powerful. Now, as a black woman, what are you dealing with? You're dealing with insecurity, fragility, emotionally undeveloped men operating like uncooked chicken. Maybe they're just not done yet, and they still need their mama to help them to grow emotionally. It's almost like a disability. I would laugh, but it ain't funny. It should be classified as a damn disability. Okay? But this is something that we should be aware of, because sadly, we are seeing the constant rise of online bullying. What about those statues in New York of the black women? Those statues showcase the average black woman, and the amount of hate and the amount of degrading and the amount of negativity that those particular statues received is astonishing. But you shouldn't be shocked, because what has been pedestalized is white male fragility. But make no mistake about it, the word male is in the subtext. So this is going to trickle down to black and brown men as well. They've shown a flagrant disdain for black women. If they can sit there and demean you, degrade you, call you fat, call you old, say you're an old lady with cats, it's an instant hard-on for these jokes of men. It's an instant hard-on for these jokes of men. However, should you bruise an ego, honey, you got to be careful, because it could claim your life. You got to be careful, because this type of stuff can claim your life. Beautiful woman, beautiful, accomplished black woman, doing her job, 35 years old, probably thinking she got a whole life ahead of her. She's worked hard. She's got this good position, and she was gunned down mercilessly. Now, we can't claim racism because we don't know. The media's not talking about it. Nobody's really speaking on the investigation. All people are talking about is immigrants and Trump's antics. Okay? These importees of European people. But honey, that's another story for another time. The fact of the matter is that what we are seeing as black women is when people want to punch down, they directly go to us. When people want to punch down and feel better about their miserable lives, they go to us. And it is something that we need to be aware of, because we need to protect ourselves. Do you think that Miss Dr. Kamisha came into work that day and said to herself, oh yeah, this is going to be the day that it's over with? Even that janitor or maintenance worker or security guard, whatever the hell he was, who did it, was another marginalized group from another marginalized group. So why would somebody from a marginalized group hurt another person from a marginalized group? Because here is the problem. People don't expect black women to succeed. They don't expect it, and they don't want it. If somebody want to have something to punch down on, a default group of people to punch down on, when you start winning, it starts to cause people all kinds of shit start happening to them. Cognitive dissonance. Triggered. Angry. They feel defeated. It shouldn't be. I can only assume that the nature of this man's crime was because he was a motherfucking security guard and she was a decorated educator. And how can the group designed to punch down on be doing better than him and he got a dick? And you would think that, oh, this is isolated, so on and so forth. Bullshit. Bullshit. A lot of the negativity that women get from men is simply because you don't make them feel good about themselves. Your very existence challenges them. Your very existence makes them feel like less than. So what they feel like is if they can't conquer you, they'll take you out. Some of them feel that way, not all of them. Other ones just get a grave satisfaction on destroying your self-esteem. That's enough for them. I.e., the sad part is this is many black men. And people won't look at this as an overall situation because it's embarrassing. And men are ashamed of how fragile and triggered they are at this time in our nation's history. But honey, who the fuck got time to coddle their egos? I sure as hell don't. If it comes down to a matter of survival, I don't give a damn about you being embarrassed about the state of the way that you choose to be. What I care about is protecting myself. So I'm going to tell you ladies to protect yourself. The more accomplished you become, the more beautiful you are, the more your light radiates, the more people are offended, women included. Don't think that women who are man-centered and who have taken the place to be a true man-centered Pygmisha, oh, they echo these sentiments too. And you could be just living your life. And I've dealt with this myself, so I'm speaking from this space. I have actually walked away from situations where men have become so angry and so vile and gotten violent with me. And it was all over some small perceived slight or some sort of misunderstanding. But the anger that they came from just simply did not match the situation. So one has to ask, where's all the animosity coming from? Where's all the hate and anger coming from? Why are you so fixated on humbling me? Why are you so fixated on putting me in my place? Or quote unquote place? Because you're not where you want to be in life. You're not accomplishing what you want to accomplish in life. You're not dealing with whatever disabilities or mental blockages you have that's causing you not to take care of your business in a meaningful way. So the automatic punch down person is a black woman. And we don't have to take that shit, ladies. They come to you with all this animosity, all of this vile natures, all this cruelty, and then they expect you, once they come out of their penis psychosis, to understand and then open yourself up to give them a hug and care for them and understand that they was just in a moment. People just in a moment still can unalive you. I'm pretty sure, even though that security guard who gunned down that beautiful black woman probably saw her many times and had many opportunities to rethink what he was trying to do, but in a fit of impulse, he did something to harm this woman at that moment. But I'm pretty sure, looking back on this, it wasn't even worth it. There was no reason for him to do it. He's in jail now for something that you could have quit the fucking job or went back to school. Because I'm pretty sure, as a security guard, if you're not a contractor, they'll make it so you can go back to school. But this is what these men will not do. They don't want to better themselves. Let me just put the shit on out there. They don't want to better themselves in the traditional way. That's what Trump regime is all about. Trump didn't grow from losing the election. He became more angry. He became more radicalized. He became more defiant. This is why he doesn't go through Congress. This is why there's constant executive orders. This is why he is just ignoring the rule of law. Because he's telling everybody to kiss his wide orange ass. Okay? He's angry. Now he's weaponizing that against the American people. He didn't grow. So there's a refusal to grow in the collective masculinity. There's a refusal to take accountability. There is a refusal to emotionally develop. Women are just supposed to be appendages that make them feel good about themselves. And when you are not doing it, or in your proposed slot that they have allotted you, especially as a black woman, that causes them to become unraveled and unhinged. You do not try to reason with these individuals. You do not try to understand where they might be coming from. Yeah, life sucks for everybody. Bitch, get off your ass and fix your life. Life sucks for everybody. Bitch, get off your ass. And if that requires you depressed, and so therefore you can't launch yourself forward, then that means you need to stop, focus on the depression, get that under control, and then go to your next level. Whether it be through therapy, I recommend cognitive behavioral therapy, or whatever have you. But to just sit there stewing in and festering in your own toxicity and then expecting the world around you to never make you feel like you not the man, like you ain't the shit, is ridiculous. And this is what we're dealing with. Fragility, easily triggered, defiant, punishing those who don't operate with blind loyalty, mad at women for succeeding in life, trying to hold them back, mad because they ain't getting no ass, mad because these women don't want to be their wives after they told these women you ain't even worth shit, but you should be running and scrambling to be their wife. This is some sick shit. And they're all over the place. Not grounded, not anchored, not clear in their mind. But you supposed to want to follow that? Make it the fuck make sense. So ladies, this is what I'm telling you. As you are improving yourself, please improve yourself. But keep your head on the swivel. Because now, instead of men feeling like, you know what, these women are evolving, let me be a better representation of myself to align myself to the women that I want. No, they're kicking, they're screaming, they're hollering. They're going to try to tear you down so that you become more accessible to them, or so that they don't have to feel like you're better than them. And in some cases, these men become violent, and in worst cases, these men will unalive. So you ain't got time to be sitting around reasoning with them. Either you you cast a hoodoo spell on these motherfuckers, or you get yourself a pew pew, because you ain't got time to reason with someone about the value of your life.